Hey everybody, welcome to our live evening yin yoga for some stiff, achy hips and low back. Hi, my name is Heather Lincolns. If you have been in my world before, hello, it's great to see you again. If you are new to me, I am in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It is 7:45, 7:50 p.m. I live in Amish country, so there's a lot of horse and buggies here, but I have been practicing yoga for at least 15, 18, maybe 20 years now. And I received my yoga certification 6 years ago, and then about 4 years ago, I really started focusing. 5 years ago, yeah, I really started. Man, time is flying by, especially since 2020. Am I right? It's 6 years. Holy crap. So, um, I've been really focusing on yin yoga these last like 5 years. And that has just been my bread and butter. That has been my jam. That has been my sole focus. It is the only yoga I have been teaching since. And as I've gone on this journey with yin yoga, and then life changes started happening as I'm now in my mid 40s. And I've noticed how it has helped my perimenopausal journey and how it helps my body with the symptoms, especially feeling stiff and achy. So yin yoga is, if you are new to this, is a fairly new style of yoga. It's only actually been around for about 40, 50 years. And it is more body based. It's not like alignment like your traditional vinyasa or hatha where you're standing, you're balancing, you might be doing headstands, you might be pulling your leg behind your head. Like that is not this at all. This is very slow. This is very quiet. We're all on the floor with as many pillows and blankets and cushions as you would like to have to support your body. But it targets our connective tissue, our fascia. Our fascia is almost like this net that holds our body together, the muscles to the bones, and then of course your joints are all made out of, connected in with this fascia. And as we age, our estrogen drops, which that is what keeps our bodies lubricated. That's why we experience dry skin. That's why we may experience dryness down there. It's why we may start noticing that our joints are creaky and not our agility in the way that we move is not the way that it used to be. So, yin yoga, we lay in our shapes and we stay in them for extended time, like 3 to 5 minutes, because it helps the connective tissue receive that stretch to increase lubrication to help our joints feel better. And then as we're feeling better in our body because our shoulders aren't hurting or our hips aren't stiff and tight or our knees are bothering us, we're able to sleep a little bit better because we're feeling better in our bodies. And it's going to help you feel a little bit more energized because you're sleeping better because you're feeling better. So I really wanted to create this to really showcase this and show you how this can help and how a session can feel in your body and help you release tension. And then, of course, doing it, close to bedtime, it does help you to really settle and calm your nervous system to get you ready to sleep pretty dang well. I mean, I know I can sleep pretty damn good after I have a nice yin session. I know if there's people that have been here with me before, they could probably attest that they do sleep pretty good after a yin session. So, if anybody has any questions, if you're here live, um, let me know. And if not, we can go ahead and get started. As props that you need, you can use your bed pillows. You can use your pillows, on your couch. You can use your couch cushions. You can use folded up blankets, pillows, or towels. I already said pillows, but as many pillows as you want. Grab all the pillows. Um, I have a yoga bolster and I do have a couple of cushions that I use. If you have yoga blocks, if you have yoga bolster, like that's great. If not, please grab whatever you have on hand. Um, we don't need anything special. You don't even need any props, but I do suggest that having props on hand to help you support your body in these shapes. So that way your muscles can soften and you can hang out in the shapes for longer periods of time. Of course, have a journal, of course, close by if that is something that is for you. Sometimes when we're in these shapes, um, thoughts may arise, things may come up, and you might be able to jot them down so you don't forget them, especially if you're forgetful as hell as I have been lately. I'm forgetting words and forgetting what I'm saying and doing in the middle of doing it. So if you'd like to grab all of your props, get them close by. And then find yourself on your yoga mat on the floor or on a blanket. And come to sit down in a comfortable seated position, however it looks for you. You can have your legs crossed, you can have your legs out in front of you. You can even sit up on a yoga cushion or yoga block, again, whatever you have on hand to help raise the hips above your knees. That can help alleviate some strain, some stress on the low back. And then it also kind of forces your pelvis to tilt forward so you actually can sit up a little bit better. Having some nice posture here, lengthening the spine. Take a nice slow breath in. And as you exhale, you can gently close the eyes down or just soften the gaze to the floor in front of you. Allow your shoulders to melt down away from your ears. Just bring your awareness to your breath. Just your natural breathing here. Really, the only rule for yin yoga is to not force anything. So just find your body's natural steady breath. I invite you to notice any tension in the body that you may still be holding, maybe in the hips, maybe in the thighs. On your exhales, maybe mentally sensing that tension releasing out of the body. Soften the belly. Allow your belly button to soften, releasing tension in that lower ab area. And take your breaths into the belly, noticing it expand on the inhales and it contracts on the exhales. As we journey through our yin practice tonight, you will notice extended stretches of silence. This is the time for you to connect in with your body, to focus on what is the sensations you are feeling in your yin shapes. Whatever your intention you desire for your practice tonight, I invite you to bring that to mind. Maybe speak it out loud and hold it in your heart as we go through our practice. There's no right or wrong intention here. It literally can just be to experience what is meant for you tonight. Maybe it's an hour of peace and quiet. Maybe it's releasing tension in your hips and low back. Whatever it is for you. Taking a slow breath in deep into the belly, and if it feels good, give a soft, audible exhale. Take one more deep breath here. Maybe a little bit deeper, expanding that belly a little bit more. And an audible exhale. This last one in, take it deep to your sit bones, fill up the belly, the ribs, all the way up to the collarbones, and release that exhale. You can keep your eyes closed and allow my voice to guide you through our practice tonight, or you can gently flutter your eyes open. We will be coming into our first yin shape, which is butterfly. You can stay seated up on your cushion if that is where your body is tonight, or you can remove that. And again, our thigh bones are some of the heaviest bones in our body. So I invite you to find plenty of pillows and cushions to support under your knees. Again, we are going to be in this shape for about 3 minutes. So you want to give yourself enough support to honor your body to be able to be in that shape for this period of time. And in yin yoga, less is definitely more. Okay, so you can stay here, and then over time, maybe you can remove a prop, a layer of prop, or you can remove your prop to see how your body feels. But definitely support your knees as much as possible and what feels good, where you're definitely feeling some sensation on the inside of the groin, but nothing stinging, nothing burning, nothing tingling, nothing, painful. You can stay here, sit it upright. Or if you'd like, you can go ahead and fold over, bringing your chest towards your feet, the soles of the feet together. You can allow your upper back to round, your head to hang. And just notice the sensations you may be experiencing here, maybe in the inner groin area, the inner hips. You can bring in a yoga block or a prop if you need to support your forehead, or again, allow your head to fall or rest in your hands. Soften your sit bones to the earth. Allow your thighs to soften. Breathing into the sensations you're experiencing here, the inside of your groin, the inside of the hips. If you're folding forward, you may notice sensation in your glutes, maybe in your lower back even.
soften the body and allowing the muscles to relax, to let that connective tissue, the joints there on the inside of your hips, to receive the sensations and the benefits here. Noticing how your body feels after being in your shape for some time. Always being gentle and honoring your body. If at any point you need to, you can come out of your yin shape. Find a neutral shape that feels good for you and settle in. Again, checking in with how you're feeling here, noticing the sensations. Take one last slow breath in here. If you fold it over, you slowly walk your hands back to bring you upright. Gently use your hands to bring your knees up together. Straighten out the legs very slowly and mindfully. You can stay here with your legs extended in front of you, or can lean back in your hands, or even come to lay flat on the floor, whatever feels good. Finding a neutral space, noticing the sensations as we come out of our butterfly. These neutral spaces allow our connective tissue to receive that release of that extended stretch, and allows us to our bodies to gently start coming back to feeling normal. When you're ready, we're going to come into our next shape, which will be dragonfly. So from your seated position with your legs extended, you can find some space between the legs. It doesn't have to be, a split or anything crazy. Again, remember, less is more. Just find some space in between the legs. Again, you can sit up on a cushion to help raise your hips slightly above the knees. That might give you that tilt in your pelvis to also help make it easier to fold forward if you decide to fold forward here. Again, you don't need any props. You can just bring your hands to rest on the floor in front of you. You can walk them away to bring your chest closer to the earth. Or, of course, you can bring in a stack of pillows, blankets, whatever you desire here in between the legs to raise the floor up, as that's what our props really do for us, is it helps raise the floor up for us. And then you can fold forward, allow your chest to rest on your props. If you notice any sensations in the knees, of course, keep a gentle bend to the knees, but you can use like a rolled up blanket or a towel to put under your knee to keep a bend, an even more intense bend. I need to usually do that with my left knee because my left knee, for some reason, is a little weirder than my right one. But it helps to bring any discomfort away from the knees so we don't cause any injuries here. And as you fold forward, again, you can allow your upper back to round. You can allow your head to hang, or you can bring in a prop to support your forehead on or rest your head in your hands. And just notice the sensations maybe in the back of the thighs, coming up maybe into your butt cheeks and maybe into that lower back. You might be experiencing sensations here. Softening the thighs, allow your kneecaps to soften. Let gravity hold you. Let Mother Earth, the earth beneath you, to hold your body here. And the supports of the props also holding your body. It's very common that your mind wanders. We cannot shut our brains off. And just be aware that the mind has left the moment and gently guide your awareness back to your breath, back to the sensations, back to your body in this shape. Softening just a little bit more. Taking one last slow breath in here. Slowly bring yourself to come back upright. Remove the props that you may have used in between the legs. Slowly bring them together. And you can stay seated here upright, or you can lean back and your hands will come to lay on the floor. Just again, noticing the sensations, how they may ebb and flow, how they may shift and change as we come out of the shape. The sensations may be slowly fading. Your body's feeling a little bit more back to normal. Take your time. We're going to come and lay on our backs on the floor. Again, being slow, gentle, and mindful. Allow the legs to lay long. And we're going to come into a shape called crescent moon or banana. So as you take a nice inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Maybe I invite you to take in a nice full body stretch here. Stretch your toes to one wall and your fingers to the opposite wall, stretching your whole body here. And as you exhale, take a step with your feet to the right, a step or two. And then gently arch your spine to the right, creating a gentle like C shape, a banana shape, a crescent moon shape. You're shifting the upper body just enough, but leave both of your shoulders still on the earth. It'll be just a gentle arch here, but you're going to notice a compression on the right side of your body. Your bottom ribs are going to be arching closer to your top of your right hip, where the left side of the body has a nice expansion. You're maybe experiencing it from your armpit the whole way down into your ribs, into your side body, the hip as well. And I invite you to soften yourself down into this gentle crescent moon straight stretch. Breathing into that expansion on the left side of the body. Maybe noticing how your ribs are expanding even more on each inhale. And as you exhale, maybe noticing that compression on the right side of your body. Softening your spine to the earth, your shoulders to the earth. Relax your kneecaps and your thighs. Allow the earth to completely hold you in this crescent moon shape. Again, always being gentle with the body, less is more. We don't need any crazy arching of the spine here. We don't need any muscles really doing any of the work. Checking in with how your body's feeling after being in this shape for some time. Have any of the sensations shifted? Taking one last slow breath in here. And then gently step your feet to come back to center. Shift your shoulders to bring your spine back to neutral. Maybe bring your arms down by your side and just check in with how the body feels after coming out of your crescent moon to the right side. How does one side of the body feel compared to the other? Maybe you're noticing it's back to normal or the sensations aren't anywhere near as strong. And when you're ready, we're going to set ourselves up for our crescent moon on the left side. So inhale, bringing your arms up overhead. Again, maybe a full body stretch here if that feels good for you. And then as you exhale, take a step with your feet to the left, a step or two. Gently arching your spine to the left, the upper spine. Again, creating that crescent moon to the left. Both of your shoulders are still supported by the earth. We're not hovering above the earth or anything like that. If that's the case, then bring your shoulders, shift your shoulders to come back closer to neutral. Just finding a gentle arch in the spine here. Breathing into that expansion now on that right side of the body, maybe feeling it in the armpit, the whole way down into the chest, the ribs, maybe into the top of that hip. It might even go down into the top of your thigh. And as we exhale again, that compression on the left side where our ribs are kind of squeezed, the bottom ribs are squeezed closer to the top of our left hip. Softening your body here, softening your feet, your thighs, your hips, softening your back of your hands and the arms, your head. Coming back to the body if the mind has wandered. Coming back to the breath or back to the sensations you're experiencing here in your crescent moon to the left. Taking one last slow breath in here, really into that expansion on that right side of the body. As you exhale, bring your feet back to center, shift the shoulders back to center. Bring your arms down by your side and just marinate here in this neutral space. Noticing how your body feels after coming out of your crescent moon. Like for me, I notice almost like a warming sensation in between my shoulder blades and also in my low back, as well as like a more of a lightness on the side that was expanded, if that makes sense. But they just hang out. That's those the sensations are there. I really feel it's that obviously that fascia is maybe releasing fluid with that to the connective tissue. And then your body just slowly starts, feeling a little bit more back to normal as the time goes by after being in our neutral space. Now, if it feels good for you, I invite you to hug your knees to your chest. Just take a moment here. If it feels good, maybe gently rock side to side and gently, it's almost like a gentle back massage. We will roll over onto our stomachs. So be mindful and gentle and meet me on your belly when you get there. So the next shape we're going to come into is called the Sphinx. So now the Sphinx is a back bend, and it doesn't have to be anything intense. Again, there's a variation for you, however your body is feeling. So if you bend your elbows and stack your forearms, and then rest your head on your forearm. That is a version of Sphinx. That is definitely still a gentle back bend. If that's all you need tonight, honor your body. You can bend the arms or the elbows, straighten the arms, and bring your weight like up on your elbows. The farther away your elbows and the closer the chest is to the earth, that's the softer of the back bend. You can bring your elbows back closer to about right before your shoulders. And that is, of course, deepens the back bend here. You can bring in your pillows, your blankets, whatever props you have on hand to put underneath your chest to allow your chest to rest on. And then with your legs, you can keep your legs close together, but I invite you to see what feels better in your body. Find some space in between your legs. You can widen the legs here, and that might ease any pressure on your low back. Again, if your feet go out to the side and you're laying more on the inside of your feet and the inside of your shins, however feels good in your body. Everybody's body is different. So what feels good for you might not feel good for me because my body can't do the legs the same way you do. So find your version of this shape. Again, use as many props as you desire and allow your chest to soften onto your prop, or it can just soften if it's hovering above the earth if you're not using any props tonight. Allow your hip bones and maybe your pelvic bone to soften to the earth. Relax your kneecaps. Allow the thighs and the butt cheeks to really soften here. Just notice the sensations that you may be experiencing in your back in this gentle back bend. And as always, this is your practice. So if you desire to come out of a shape sooner than I guide you, please listen to your body. Just find a neutral space and hang out there until we move on to the next shape or whenever you're ready to move. You can even stay in shape longer than I am guiding you. This is your practice. It is for you and what feels good for your body. Soften the shoulders down away from the ears. If you are propped up on your arms, as we come out of our shape, I invite you to really be slow and gentle, as Sphinx tends to be one of the shapes where the sensations can intensify as you come out. So be slow and easy as you remove any props that you may have underneath your chest. And very slowly lower your chest to the earth. Bring your arms down by your side, maybe the cheek is to the earth. And allow yourself to fully be heavy here, the whole front of the body, flat on the floor to the earth. Just noticing the sensations here. Giving yourself time to settle and the body to start feeling a little bit more back to normal. Take your time and slowly roll yourself back over onto your back. Bringing your feet to the earth and your knees to the sky. Allow your feet to come a little bit wider than your hips. And then the knees may fall in towards each other, so the inside of the knees are touching. You can place your hands on your body, or you can have them out to your side or up overhead, whatever feels good here for you. But this shape right here is called constructive rest. Maybe find a little bit of space in between your shoulder blades to really allow your upper back to flatten to the earth. Feeling your lower back connected to the earth. The back of your head is resting here on the earth. Staying in this shape here, and just check in with how your body feels now compared to the beginning of practice. Maybe noticing any sensations that may arise as you are here in this constructive rest. Noticing if there's less tension in the body. Maybe the low back doesn't feel as achy or stiff. Maybe the hips feel a little bit lighter. Softening your belly and allowing your belly button to relax, your abdomen to relax. You have nowhere to be and nothing to do, but just to be here right now. While you may not be feeling any physical sensations in this yin shape, this is very calming and soothing for your nervous system. I invite you to take this shape and keep it in your back pocket for any time when you're feeling overwhelmed or need a moment for just peace and calm. This is such a yummy shape to visit. You can do it anywhere in bed, on your couch, on your living room floor. I mean, hell, if you want to do it in the grocery store, if you're having a meltdown, that's totally fine too. It's all on you. We're going to go ahead and hug our knees to our chest again. You can, of course, find circles with your feet, your ankles, whatever feels good here. You can gently rock side to side again if that feels good for your body. We're going to come into a spinal twist. So allow your knees to fall off to the right side, twisting the body to the right. You can bring in any pillows or blankets you may need to put under the knees. If you need to raise the floor again to support your body and how you can come into a nice yummy twist. If you need support underneath that left shoulder, if it's hovering above the earth and uncomfortable for you, you may do so. As we marinate here in this spinal twist to the right, just imagine you're just wringing out any leftover tension in the body. Allow your hips to soften to the earth. Allow your legs to soften either onto your prop or onto the earth. Allow yourself to be heavy here. Coming back to your body if the mind has wandered. Coming back to the breath. When you are ready, slowly bring your knees to come back up towards your chest, rolling over onto your back. You can bring your feet to the earth. Hang out here with your knees bent, or again, you can lay your legs long and just find yourself a neutral space for a moment. Just again, checking in here. One side of the body feels compared to the other. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and come into our spinal twist on the left side. So hug the knees to your chest. Maybe take a breath or two here. Again, you can gently rock side to side if that feels good for you. And then when you're ready, allow your knees to fall to the left. Again, using whatever props you need to support your knees, support your body, to allow yourself to soften into this spinal twist. Again, wringing out the body of any leftover tension. Allow yourself to soften into this spinal twist, relaxing the hips and the thighs, relaxing the shoulders, allowing the earth to hold you. Taking one last slow breath in here. Be really noticing the sensations in that twist of the center part of your body here. And when you exhale and as you're ready, gently bring your knees again to come back to center, coming back onto your back. Maybe hug the knees to your chest again, just one more time. Allow your legs to come long. We are going to come into our final resting shape. So you can stay here on your back. If you need a pillow to support your neck and a blanket to cover up with, it's fine. Or you can lay on your side or even roll over onto your belly for your final resting shape here. Whatever way feels good. This is that last shape that we're really just going to allow the whole practice to fully integrate into our bodies, allow our connective tissues and our fascias to come back to normal and to receive the benefits from this lat, all these shapes that we put ourselves into. Whatever version of your final resting shape is for you tonight, head and close the eyes down or soften the gaze. Release tension around the head, the cheeks, down into your bottom jaw. Maybe remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften your neck, your chest, and your shoulders. Softening down into the arms. Wiggling your fingers to find stillness in the hands here. Softening down into the ribs and your abdomen and belly. Allow your hips to relax. Softening the thighs, your kneecaps, softening the calves. Maybe wiggling your toes here to find stillness in your feet. Allow yourself to be completely heavy, letting your body be completely held by the earth, gravity doing its work. Bringing your intention to mind as we settle in our final resting shape. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, softly making your movements just a little bit bigger, gently reawakening the body. You are more than welcome to stay in your final resting shape for as long as you desire, or if you'd like to come back to seated, I invite you to roll over onto your side first if you are not there already. Just take a few breaths. And when you're ready, you can gently push the floor away and bring yourself back up to seated. Wherever you may be, I invite you to bring both of your hands to your heart. Thank yourself for showing up today, whether you're here live or you're catching the replay. Thank yourself for taking some time to allow your body to release some tension and easing the aches and pains of your body through this time of perimenopause and beyond. I thank you so much for being here with me tonight. If this was amazing for you and you would like to find this as a regular practice, I do have a membership called the Midlife Women's Yin Club that is open to new members. It is $37 a month. We meet once a week, Monday nights at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time, so the same time as this. There is, of course, the replay library. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them. If you have them now, you can drop them either in the chat, or you can definitely email me in the future or reach out to me on Facebook. Is there anything else that anybody I can do for, if there are any questions I can answer? All right. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your night. Until next time. Bye.